You like that? 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 You like that?
What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I am back for another breakdown. So today we are going to talk Eagles Chiefs, but we're going to talk through the Eagles matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars offense because Doug Peterson is associated with Andy Reid. And when you go back and you watch this game, the first 15 plays, the scripted plays, they actually had some pretty decent success. Now, the Eagles, they adjusted, they did some things differently, and it put them in a position to be able to win the game. But early in this game and at certain points, the Jaguars were able to move the ball pretty effectively against the Eagles, and they left some plays out on the field. So let's just jump right into this thing, all right? So kicking this thing off, it looks like we got two high safeties up here. So it might be quarters. But now this safety's rotating down. So it could be cover 3. Nah. It's cover 0. All out pressure. All out blitz right here. And so I always hear the Eagles fans saying, oh, Jonathan Gannon, he don't blitz. He's boring. He's this. He's that. Well, go back and watch this game. He was sending pressure after these guys. But this was the wrong time to do it because the Jaguars had the perfect play call for it, okay? So they're running mesh, all right? So what is mesh? Mesh, you're getting these receivers going across. You're getting this rail route from the back. You're getting the middle of the field attacked. And if you're in man-to-man coverage, you're going to be in a really bad spot. You're going to be running around chasing all these guys all over the field. And if you're in cover 0, it's even worse because there's no safeties back. They're covering receivers. So they called the perfect play, but they don't execute it. Ugh. Poorly thrown ball that ends up getting dropped. You can even see over here, the Eagles are all over the place. We got Bradbury and Slay banging into each other. That's why you run mesh. They had the perfect play call. Just couldn't execute it. Left this play out on the field. And I think the reason why it happened is because Lawrence was a little flustered. So we'll see that here. They're giving you this faux bear front with the linebacker walked up. But he's going to bail out, and he's going to be one-on-one with Kirk. And usually when teams are running mesh, if they feel like they have a one-on-one matchup between this running back and the linebacker, that's a pre-snap alert that they're going to get the ball to that guy, especially if it's man, especially if it's a blitz or something like that. They want to get the ball to this guy pretty quickly. And then you'll notice it's Kirk back here. This is a receiver. So they got a receiver matched up with a linebacker. It's just a perfect situation. And then you can even tell they blocked it up pretty well. Lawrence has got all kinds of space, but he's all over the place. He's kind of falling back, right? His mechanics aren't great on this play. He's seeing ghosts and thinking he's going to get hit. He's got to just stand in there and deliver, and this could end up being a huge play. So, got to chalk that one up for the Eagles, but they got lucky. So, on this play right here, I think that they're running cover 3 match here. Okay, and so usually when you get this cover 3 match concept, this nickel Sam is going to carry any seam vertical, but it's a bust, right? So they're running here. They're running this kind of it's almost like a smash concept, right? This is usually see this out of 3x1 on the goal line. You get an in, and then a corner route. And then when you don't have anyone carrying the seam and you've got a single high safety, well, that's a pretty easy read for Trevor Lawrence. He drops it in the bucket there, and they get a nice little explosive play out of it. So, I don't think there's much that we're going to see from the tight here. It's a pretty easy read for Lawrence. Gets this thing out and throws the ball to Agnew. Now, Agnew had a pretty good game against these guys. And then you'll notice on the last play before, you had Kirk in the backfield. I could definitely see them doing some of this type of stuff, the Chiefs, with Pacheco and Kadarius Toney, right? And because both of those guys can play in different spots. So maybe you have, Pacheco out there as the back and you're running mesh. You get the ball to him quickly in the flat if he's one-on-one with a linebacker. Kadarius Toney could be in that spot. You could put Kadarius Toney here running this in corner kind of concept or whatever. I feel like Agnew is a similar player kind of to those two guys. So that really caught my eye in this game. So, we all know that the Eagles' defense is just these big monsters, but I think that it's going to be really important for the Chiefs to try to establish a run game, right? I think that, as I continue to say, I think Pacheco is going to play a big role in this game if the Chiefs want to be able to win it. And you're going to have to run the ball against these guys. So they come out in this 13 personnel look, and the Chiefs definitely have guys where they could run a 13 personnel look like this. And so we'll see it a little bit better from the tight, but this front is reduced here, and they're running counter, right? So they're running counter, and when you reduce the front like this, it makes the down blocks and the double teams on the down blocks much easier. So they're going with an unbalanced formation here. So they've got guard, center, guard, tackle. And so this makes it much easier for this tight end, right? If they're in this reduced front, to be able to block down and double team with the guard here. And we always talk about the line of scrimmage here. We're always talking about who's winning the line of scrimmage. Well, the Eagles aren't getting pushed back, but they're definitely losing the line of scrimmage because they're getting turned out. And this is a good look against inside zone, but when you have these reduced fronts against any of these gap scheme runs where they're just trying to wash you down, man, they have excellent leverage on you at the start of the play, and stuff like this ends up happening. So they get a nice big gain there, right? For a run, right? It's like 8-9 yards or whatever. But if that's Pacheco, it's going to be much bigger than an 8 or a 9 yard run. Like, it's going to be much more than a first down. So you'll see here, right? So it's a reduced front. So it's like a faux kind of bare front or whatever. If you're looking at it from the unbalanced look and you're saying that the zero is the guard, right? So zero technique right here. And Jordan Davis does a good job, but I mean, it doesn't matter because the guy getting washed out here, I think this is Hargrave. It's going in his gap. He's getting moved out of his gap. And nice little mini explosive right there. If that's Pacheco, it's going to be explosive. So running the ball is important. And the reason why running the ball is important is because it's going to set up play action for them. So play action, boot. We all know that Mahomes is great. He makes magic when he gets out of the pocket. And in my next video, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So be prepared for that. But if they can do this, right, and get these guys fast flowing, right? Look at how hard they're flowing on this run play. They fake this toss. Now Lawrence is out here in the flat. And you could definitely see this being, one of their tight ends like Kelsey or one of the other guys that they have just sneaking out behind all these linebackers. He even gets knocked off his path, but it doesn't matter. Gets the ball in the flat, and again, another explosive that they're able to create. So I think running the ball is going to be huge for them because it's going to set up play action. And I'm not worried about Mahomes' ankle. People worried about Mahomes' ankle. He looked like he's walking around just fine. So they're going to try to get that ball on the perimeter, man. So I think that we'll definitely see some stuff like this. So last play that we're going to see here. And so I believe this was the last play of the game. This is the play that ended the game, all right? We got Hassan Reddick right here, okay? And so nothing fancy, nothing cute, just a straight four-man rush. But look at his get-off. Look at his get-off here. Bang! He shot out of a cannon, gets his hands. Look at how he shocks him, shocks the tackle. Push, pull, throws this man down. 300 plus pound man just throws him like a child and gets in here. Does this look very reminiscent to what ended up happening in the NFC Championship game? Now, I know that was a tight end, but he can do it to big dudes as well, right? So I think that it's critically important for the Chiefs to understand in drop back pass situations, you cannot single block this man. So you got the back here, and he's going to release. Well, have him come out here and chip, right? Give this tackle a little bit more time. Give him some help. Chip this guy. Don't just let him run at your quarterback after he's just thrown your right tackle to the ground. Like, you've got to be able to help him out. They got to chip. They got to keep a tight end in or something, right? Get Kelsey or one of those other guys, chip and release. Like, you can't just leave him alone like this, right? Can't leave the tackle alone like that. So see it one more time from the tight. We'll get a little bit better of a view of the move here. So again, shot out of a cannon, explosive, gets those hands. Look at the hand placement in here. Hands are inside. When you get your hands inside, you are going to win your matchup. You can even see it a little with Fletcher Cox here. His hands are inside as well. So throws the guy out of the way like he's nothing, just like throws him over like he's just trash. Gets in here, very reminiscent to Purdy. Can't see him coming. Bang. Strip sack, fumble. Game over. All right. So, Andy Reid, offensive genius. Me, just a college football coach, D3 college football coach on defense. But if I had to give Andy Reid some advice, I would say, do not single block Reddick in any drop back situation. Just my humble opinion. So that's it for this video, and I'll be back with some more breakdowns. We're going to break down some more Super Bowl stuff. Like I said, Mahomes in the next video, and I'll see you then. So as always, you know what it is. It's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks. We fly. I'm out. Peace.